Alright, so I get probably 5 to 8, sometimes 10 messages a month from different people talking about how they want to do the swap. They want to put a VQ in a Miata. What did I do for oil pan? What did I do for exhaust? What did I do for wiring? What did I do for mounts? What did I do for subframe? It just, every time. And as much as I enjoy talking with people about the car and all that, after about the 200th person of telling them the same thing, it was easier to make a video about it. So, you'll have to excuse me. I'm bad at this, and I'm using my phone to know where the camera's pointing, because it's a tiny little GoPro that I borrowed, because the microphone on my phone is bad. It's just static. I've been trying to make this video for 2 months. But what I have is the original VQ powered Miata, single turbo, 3582, makes just under 400 horsepower on 8 pounds of boost. And then I've been working on this for a guy. He started it around the same time as me, but just shop after shop after shop screwing him over. Before it finally ended up here where I did the exhaust, which we'll go into more detail about that in a minute. But the number one thing that I get asked is, what did you do about your oil pan? And subframe. So here we go. It is a custom-made sheet aluminum oil pan that I started from a truck pan Pathfinder. One second. And it sits directly, like there is no room at all. Yes, I know there's oil everywhere. The valve covers are plastic and they're assholes and they leak on everything. I have aluminum ones. I've been working on the purple car. I haven't had time. So as you can see, there's not a whole lot of room down here. My oil lines come off here, go up into a filter housing up there, and that's it. Well, the drain tube for the turbo comes straight down. Big part back there. It's all sheet aluminum. Again, yes, I know there's oil. It pisses me off too, trust me. While I'm down here, I might as well show the exhaust. It comes out of the manifolds, forward into a merge, into the turbo. The dump gate there comes out of the turbo, this big pipe here through there, and then it snakes. Like, it is tight in there. It comes out and it's full 3-inch all the way back out of the back of the car. The transmission is a CDO1 out of a 350Z. I got lucky. It doesn't grind or miss any gears, but that's about it. Nothing special about it. The subframe is spaced down like 1/4 of an inch, if that. It makes bump steer horrible. Do not do that. I have to fix it. Just trust me. Don't. It's bad. It's so bad. Please do not do it. Sway bar is a E36 or something like that. It's a BMW sway bar because it has this notch where it comes down right here, which makes it so it can clear the exhaust and my oil drain tube. Yes, I need to make new end links. This is a progress car. It is not a finished car. The radiator is just a crappy eBay wannabe. Nothing special about it. Oh, here. It's the same radiator on this car. Just a eBay aluminum. It's not even a dual pass. It's just a regular crappy $79 eBay radiator. I beat the crap out of this car. It's never overheated. It's never spiked temperature. It cools just fine. But I also have these like massive Flexolite dual fans. They pull like 30 amps a piece. It's retarded. Some more. Swirl pot. Well, not even a swirl pot. It's just an expansion tank for the radiator. There's a bleed valve here. Everything else about the car is pretty standard. It's a stock interior. Nothing special about it. I made my own shifter. The car does operate like a factory car. You turn the key on, primes the fuel pump, and then it shuts off. So, in the back of the car is a Ford 88 with just upgraded clutch packs and or discs or whatever it is. So, trying to think. You'll see there's not a whole lot of room back here behind the firewall. I did conveniently, by accident, make it super easy to change the starter by going through that hole right there. That was 100% an accident, but I am super happy that I did it because the starter just went bad. Now, oh god, I'm dropping my phone. On to this car. This car is the same motor as this one. Same ECU. Oh, that's right. The harness on this was done by a shop out in California called Hexa Garage. And I would not recommend them to my worst enemy. Don't. That guy can sue me for slander if he wants to. I do not give a shit. Fuck that guy and his business. He is a terrible person and a terrible human being. It was supposed to be 4 to 6 weeks to get my harness back. And 12 weeks in, I had to call the police to go to his shop to get him to return my stuff when he had argued with me for almost 2 weeks about how he had already shipped it out. And then after the police go there, randomly, my harness shows up 3-day priority USPS mail 3 days later to my doorstep. And it wasn't even right. I had to go through it and fix stuff on my own and have the ECU retuned by somebody else. So, fuck Hexa Garage. They can eat my asshole. Sorry, rant over. This car has the same harness, but it is done by Z Fever. I do not know anything about it. I don't know if it's good. I don't know anything. I know, well, I guess it's Fever Racing now. I know Martin from RS Enthalpy tuned my car, and I absolutely love it. That dude is amazing. He is the one who walked me through fixing my harness after Hexa Garage completely screwed me. Fuck those guys. Anyways, back to this car. One of the things people ask me is, okay, well, I don't want to do turbo. I want to do nitrous, which is what this guy is doing. Or I want to just do NA because they make plenty of torque. Or, you know, I want to do NA for now, and then maybe I'll add a turbo later. So, what would you recommend? Well, my recommendation is turbo it. You're there. You have to do tune, you have to do fuel system, you have to do exhaust, you have to do oil pan and oiling system. You have to do everything that you have to do to boost it just without the turbo. You're wasting your money and you're losing power for no reason. Just boost it. It's a $114 eBay turbo. Just fucking buy one. Plan for it from the get-go. Seriously. If you don't want to listen to me, though, this is what you do for the exhaust. There is absolutely... let me grab a flashlight. Not enough room for the exhaust manifolds to go backwards. They have to come forwards. The only way to do that is to do custom manifolds. These were eBay stainless steel manifolds, and they're trash. Do not ever buy those either. They were some of the worst stainless I've ever welded in my life. 2 1/4 inch V-bands. They go into a 3-inch merge. Same thing on this side. Comes forward. This guy, he didn't send any O2 sensors. That's why the bungs are empty. And then there's a flex joint. You must have a flex joint. I don't care what anybody says. And then there is the most intricate, like, pie cut thing that you have to do to clear the steering rack. The same thing with this car. Goes up and back. Yes, I know my welds are trash. Client did not care how nice the welds were. He just wants it to run and not spew exhaust in his face. Speaking of, alright, SD card was full, so we're starting over from here. Why is this shit crooked? There it goes. Alright, so, damn it, I left my flashlight. Ugh. Talking about exhaust, this client didn't want full exhaust. I don't know why, he didn't want to pay for it, whatever, I don't care. I did my part. So, you go through there, and it does some tricky stuff to get around the steering. Then it has to loop up, and then down, so that it clears the subframe and goes in that little notch, factory exhaust, and then it stops right there where it dumps. So that's his exhaust. He has I think it's a CDO1 as well, the transmission. The oil pan was built by somebody else. It is a 2002, 2001 and 2002 Nissan Pathfinder oil pan, which is the same thing that mine started from. It's just they didn't go through the trouble that I went through to make sure that there was like enough volume and all that other stuff to make it pretty. I guess mine's not really pretty, but you also notice that this engine sits considerably higher than mine. I don't know how to judge it. It does, just trust me. Kinda go till the video. There we go. It's on the body line on there. I'll come over here to this one. It's on the body line there. You see how much higher it is. So they didn't care as much about fitting the hood. My goal was to make it fit underneath the hood eventually. I just haven't got that far because I've been working on this purple thing. So, back to the oil pan. It is a Pathfinder oil pan. They left the stock filter location in the front, which I absolutely hated because my car's low and it scares me that it's going to hit the ground. And then they welded AN fittings over there so that they could run an oil cooler, I'm assuming. Factory VQ 350Z alternator. I don't know what sway bar he has. Has the same eBay radiator I do. Also 488 custom drive shaft. Same thing with mine. But you can see the pan sits almost directly on top of the subframe. And on mine, oh god, I'm old. It also sits almost directly on top of the subframe. There we go. It's just, I wanted more volume in mine. I think stock, they're 5.5 quarts. This one holds 7. So I wanted it to be more just because I knew I would be sliding the car around from time to time and drifting it or whatever you want to call it. This car, I think he's doing mainly just straight line stuff, so he wasn't really worried about volume. Interior isn't exactly in the best shape, but he's working on it. He's getting there. He's at least got seats. But my car, I wanted a stock interior look. I'm married. I have kids. I do need to replace my steering wheel. But me and my wife like to go on cruises. I guess if there's anything else that I missed or you want to know. Oh god, there went my phone. Let me know. Ask. I'm not really sure what else needs to be explained. So, yeah, I guess that's it.